The hard lesson about money and family. One of the hardest lessons I've ever learned was trusting family with my finances. Not strangers, not business partners, family. Let me say something that makes people very uncomfortable. The problem is not that your family doesn't love you. Mm-mm. The real problem is you're mixing love with responsibility and expecting them to operate like professionals. I'm telling you, this has happened to me when I just moved to the United States. I was 31. I'm 62 this year. So love does not replace structure, because when money enters the picture, emotions follows, assumption follows, and boundaries disappear. If you ever mix money and relationship and it didn't go well, save this video. You want to come back. You like it, subscribe, share, and comment. I need boundaries. So let's get into the video. What people think the problem is. Most people think they betrayed me, they took advantage of me, they didn't respect me. And sometimes, yes, that's true. Sometimes it's true. But that's not the full picture. Not the full picture. Listen to this. It's not always betrayal. Sometimes it's the lack of clarity. If I don't say this clearly, some of you will stay hurt without ever learning the lesson. So what is the real problem? The real problem is this. You gave access without structure. You gave trust without terms. You gave responsibility without accountability. Here it is. Listen up. Access without boundaries create problems. Because you assume they are family, they'll do right by you, but business does not run on assumption. It runs on clarity. Everything is straightforward. If you ever trusted someone without setting clear expectation, comment, I have learned. Because awareness changes how you move next. It sure does. So why this hurts so much? Let's be honest. It hits differently when it's family, because it's not just about money. It's about trust. It's about respect. It's about connections. Hear this. When money and family mix without boundaries, you risk losing both. If I don't say this, some of you will keep repeating the same patterns. Helping without structure, giving without protection, and getting hurt again and again. So why people stay stuck? People stay stuck in this cycle because they don't want to seem cold. They don't want to offend others. They don't want to say no. No, here it is. These are points. When I said no, here it is. These are my points. Avoiding discomfort now creates bigger problem later. So instead of setting boundaries, they stay silent. And silence becomes loss. So how does this benefit you? Let me bring it back to you, my story, because this is not just my story. This is your protection. My hands are hurting to hold this in the car. When you separate emotions from financial decision, set clear expectation, put structures in place, communicate boundaries confidently, everything changes. Hear this. Boundaries don't break relationship, they define them. You stop operating from guilt and you start operating from clarity. Simple. Period. And this is exactly what we build inside my Style Lab. Because it's not just about style, what you wear. It's about confidence in your decisions, clarity in your standard, and showing up with authority in your life, aligning your presence with your internal boundaries. If you're ready to stop people pleasing and start leading your life, come join my Style Lab. Okay? So, the lesson that changed me, that experience taught me something powerful. You can love people. You can still require structure. You can care deeply and still say no. It's not going to kill anybody, but it's good benefits to you. So hear this. You don't have to choose between love and boundaries. No. People see boundaries as distance, but in reality, they create respect. They do. So, no. The lesson wasn't don't trust your family. The lesson was don't handle financial decision emotionally. Because if you don't learn this, you risk losing more than money. You risk losing your peace, clarity, and control of your own life. You're in control of your life. You make decisions. Okay? So let this sink in, darling. And I see you in the next video. I just finished work and I said, let me come on quickly and just jump on and just do a little video before I go home. Because when I go home, I have to feed the dogs and my husband, everybody, and grandbabies. So I said, let me just jump on quickly here and do a video. And so, my name is Jacqueline Young Landy. I am an older content creator. I'm going to be 62 years this year. And I would just call to give you stories, diaries of what happened in my life. I moved to the United States when I was 31. I had to start all over. Go binge watch my playlist. It's very informative. But when you change your identity in every area of your life, everything changes. And sometimes you don't know because you just don't know. And I just, figure things out. My mom was a single mom too, figure things out. And I just want to jump on here and just give you some little, insight of how the lessons that I have learned and how it changed my life. And I know some people are going through the same thing or went through the same thing, and their perspective of the situation, didn't change them to for growth. Because, as I said, sometimes you don't know, you just don't know. All right, guys. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And like, subscribe, and share and comment and hit the bell button so you won't miss any of my videos. And I see you in the next video. Much love. Take care. Bye for now. Mwah. Take care.